Okay, we're back and ready for day 7 of cursive handwriting. We're going to learn today how to make a lowercase d and the lowercase g. Just want a reminder about how you need to hold your pencil. Pointer finger on the top, leaning on your middle finger, holding it with your thumb back here, and don't hold onto your pencil too tightly. Okay? So first we're going to learn to make the lowercase d. The lowercase d is very similar to the lowercase a that we learned yesterday. You're going to start right there at the dotted line, just like you did with the lowercase a. You're going to come around and you're going to close it. Now, for an a, we would just come on down and we would put on the tail. For a d, we're going to go all the way up to the top line, then trace that back down and put on the tail. So it goes around, close it, and then just keep on going up to the top line. But you got to make sure you close that space right in there. You don't want to have a space. Then you'll trace that line back down and put on the tail. See how it looks very similar to the A? But it goes all the way up. So you make some of the dotted line, make the round part, close it, go all the way up, trace that back down, and put on a tail. You don't want to have a big space down here either. When you make this, you don't want to have this. See how that's not traced back down? That left that big, huge space. You don't want to do that. So you want to trace that line all the way back down where you have a little bitty tiny space right there. So when you're ready, you can pause this video and make a line of lowercase d. Alright, let's get ready to make lowercase g. Lowercase g, when you look at the printed lowercase g, you're going to notice that it goes down into the basement. Remember, we've got upstairs, downstairs, and basement. So our d just stayed in the upstairs and downstairs, didn't it? Our g is going to stay in the downstairs, and it's going to go down into the basement. We start out, again, just like we're making the lowercase a. We start at the dotted line. We go around, we close it, and instead you're going to almost do like an A, except you're going to drop down into the basement. So you're going to trace that, and you're going to go straight down into the basement. Now when you get down into the basement, you're going to curve around this way, okay? Just like you would when you're making a print G. Curve around this way, make a loop, and it comes back up and crosses right there. And the tail comes all the way up and touches the dotted line. So you've got the round part down into the basement, curve around, and put on a tail. You don't pick up your pencil at all. When you're ready, you can pause this video and practice making a lowercase g. Now those are the only 2 letters we're going to learn today. And we're going to practice some more words. First, we're going to practice the word dress. D-R-E-S-S. That's going to give us practice with our D, and then with those S's that are a little bit hard also. So for dress, I'm going to start at the dotted line, come around, make my D, go all the way up and touch, trace that back down, and then the tail is going to become the beginning of my R. Now remember, the R, you come up to the dotted line and you have just a little slanted line down. Then you're going to go straight into your E. And then this tail of the E becomes the beginning of your S. And this tail of this S becomes the beginning of the next S. And you won't pick your pencil up at all on this word. So D, R, E, S, S. So when you're ready, you can pause this video and practice writing the word dress. Okay, now a word that rhymes with dress is guess. So that'll get us practice making our G and still get us a little bit more practice with these tricky S's. So we're starting again at the dotted line. We're going to come around, make the top part of the G, go down into the basement, curve around, G. The tail is going to become the beginning of my U, U, E. The tail of my E becomes an S, and then another S for the word guess. Now remember, you don't want to put a huge amount of space between your letters, but you also don't want them too close together either. They just need to be the right amount of space. When you're first learning, it's a little bit harder, but you don't want your word to be, spread out across half of the line. Guess. So when you're ready to write the word guess, just pause and practice writing guess. Okay, now we're going to practice writing the word dirt. D-I-R-T. So we're going to start right here at the dotted line. We're going to make our D, I, R, T, and then when we're finished, we pick up our pencil, dot our I, cross the T. D, I, R, T, dot, cross. Okay, when you're ready, pause this video and practice writing the word dirt. Okay, one more word for the day. We'll write the word dog, which will get us practice on our D and our G, and a tricky connection because in print you'll notice dog is D-O-G. And as I look at that, I've got to think, okay, there's that O. And O has the handle, which is going to be a tricky connection. So anytime you can think about that beforehand until you really get used to writing in cursive and kind of prepare your mind to be ready to make that tricky connection. So we're going to write the D, and then we're going to come right here and we're going to curve. Curve just a little bit, but then make yourself come back this way. You don't want to go on around because that'll make your O look weird. So you're going to come back, and then you end right there with your handle. Now that handle is going to become the beginning of our next letter, which is a G. So I have to do the exact same thing. I have to make myself curve just a little bit. See, I'll put that curve right there, and then force yourself to come back this way, and you make your G. See, what happens if you don't force yourself to come around, like, okay, here's my O. I'm going to put that curve on it, and I know I need to come back this way. But sometimes what kids want to do is they just want to keep on going. So they go around this way, and then they end up here, and then they put their handle on. And you've gone around it, and it's made it look weird. So try not to do that. Try to put that curve on, and then force yourself to come back this way. So we have D, O, G. That's a good one to practice. So you can pause this video and practice the word dog. Okay, that's all for today with our D and G.